Okay, so we are officially recording. And this is the first call of the book. We can show the book today, I think. When we yay, blessed possibility. So have you guys got your copies? Welcome everyone who's just joining in or who will join in, who will be listening to the call in the future. So let's start reading. So if you guys have the book, great. Else, you can hear us read the book. And if there's a question that comes up for you while we're reading it, just
raise your hands.
Raise your hands or unmute yourselves and ask a question. If you have any background noise, kindly put yourselves on mute. Unmute yourself when you ask a question and mute yourself back after you're done with the question. So those are just not really the rules, but probably stuff which will work for you guys also when you listen to the call in the future. And let's play. What else is possible? All right. So, chapter one. So, Manleen, would you like to talk a little about what the book is and so this is based on a 7-day event, and would you like to tell us a little more about what it is?
Yeah, so it's a discussion between Gary and the participants of a 7-day event. And it's not a very old book. It came in 2017 and it rocked my world. And I'm
I
willing
think
to...
it is a book of 2070. I heard 2070 because it is for the future, I think. It's something that is for so much so for the future because it's so for the future. Probably it's stuff that we haven't even considered. So it came out in 2017, but probably it is for 2070. Who knows what else is possible? So
it definitely is. Every time I go through it,
yeah,
I just get a different meaning with everything I read. So yeah, it is. It's really changed, shifted a lot for me, and I would love to read it with all of you and see what it brings up.
cool.
And have Shweta facilitating us.
How
So
does it I'm so happy to be here. So yeah, also what Manleen was saying that this is the transcript of a 7-day event, and a 7-day class in Access is a 7-day totally no form, no structure, no significance class where Gary talks about anything that shows up for him as an awareness, and sometimes most of this stuff is, I think, I've never attended a 7-day event, but I would so like to. What I know about it is that everything is phenomenal about these 7-day events, and they just go with the energy of whatever's showing up for the participants in that class, and then that is how new processes are created. So this book is probably the beginning of the 7-day event in New Zealand, one of the New Zealand events, and I think it's New Zealand. Am I correct, Mandeep? Yeah, and basically it has these phenomenance processes. So let's start reading. What is phenomenance? Would you want to start reading, Manleen?
Yeah, sure. Gary, welcome everyone. I love New Zealand because it has great water and more water. It's got no snakes, which makes me happy. And we have this wonderful place to spend the next 7 days. I don't know whether you have noticed, but the sense of the peace that exists there is usually what we get at the end of a 7-day event, not at the beginning. Somehow, when we returned here, the earth went right back to where we were the last time we came. It is resonating for us the way we needed it to. This is what you want to look at here. This is what you want to feel. This is what you want to take home with you, implement in the rest of the world, because you can. One day, Dane and I were talking about what we could do to change the situation in Fukushima.
One second, sorry, Manleen. Guys, is the speed good? Because we tend to talk a little fast. In case you want us to talk a little slow, please just let us know, okay? Is it
some disturbance, I think, from Mr. Can you just put yourself on mute, guys?
Yeah, I'm going to be putting you guys on mute, and in case you want to ask a question, just unmute yourselves. Yeah. All right.
Thank you. One day, Dane and I were talking about what we could do to change the situation in Fukushima, where some sources say that they are releasing 10 times more radiation into the ocean than is being reported. We were looking at how we could create something greater, and we invited people all over the planet to contribute. We invited people from all over the planet to contribute energy to Fukushima simultaneously. At that time, Dane was in Melbourne and I was in Los Angeles. I thought I had the times right, but I got them mixed up. So we weren't working together simultaneously. Dane got furious with me. He was so pissed he wanted to kill me.
Okay. So are you guys clear about what's happening really here? There's a story going on that Gary's talking about what happened when he and Dane were having a conversation when both of them were facilitating in different parts of the world and Dane got mad at him. Are we clear till this point? Yes? And Dane says, so Gary says that Dane was really very, very pissed off. And here's what Dane says. So Gary and Dane are basically the founders of Access Consciousness. Gary is the founder and Dane is the co-founder. I hope you guys know that. Yes. Yeah. So Dane says, no, I wanted to kill Gary after I left Access. After I left Access, okay? I wasn't just angry. It was, I'm angry, I'm done, bye-bye. I'm going to leave Access, okay? And he says, I can't remember ever being that angry. I was so miserable. And after a while, I called Gary and said, hey, I need your help, please, because this sucks. And Gary asked, what did I do wrong? All right. I looked at it and said, wow, you didn't do anything wrong. I think this is a place I need to get past something that I haven't been able to get past before. Gary asked, what are you not being? And you guys can ask yourself that same question, please. What are you not being? What are you not doing? And we looked at it. He asked, is this creation? And then he said, wait a minute, it's bigger than that. You are not a phenomenon. You are not being a phenomenon. You're not willing to be the phenomenon you are. When he said that, I heard phenomenance. And what does Gary say?
Gary. And when Jane said phenomenons, I said, yes, that's it. Instead of being the phenomenons, the phenomena on the planet Earth, we keep trying to create the way other people do. For example, I once noticed that I was saying, I need to have $1 million, $100 million to do all the things I want to do.
Wow.
Where's my gold mine? Where's my diamond mine? Where's my oil well? Then I said, wait, those are all this reality solution for the creation of money. What if there's a different possibility for a creation of money? And there is. It's phenomenal. I'm so grateful that Dane got mad at me. If he hadn't, we wouldn't have found this. And without this, the possibilities in the world would have been minor and not totally blessed. Phenomenons is the ability to create that which is so far beyond this reality that it is considered a phenomenon, a phenomenal thing, something that doesn't match anybody else's reality.
Manleen, could you read that paragraph again, please, and slowly? I think we need to read it 4 or 5 times to get what phenomenons really is.
Phenomenons is the ability to create that which is so far beyond this reality that it is considered a phenomenon, a phenomenal thing, something that doesn't match anybody else's reality.
Yeah, Manleen, I think your voice, you have to probably be in front of the wo because when you turn your face to wo, awaz is getting a little feeble.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, so we don't worry, guys. We're going to be reading it again one more time. I think phenomenons is something that we all need to get a little more. Yeah.
Phenomenons is the ability to create that which is so far beyond this reality that it is considered a phenomenon, a phenomenal thing, something that doesn't match anybody else's reality.
So, guys, do you get what phenomenons is? Guys, did you hear that? Or do you want Manleen to read it one more time?
I will. Phenomenance is the ability to create that which is so far beyond this reality that it is considered a phenomenon, a phenomenal thing, something that doesn't match anybody else's reality. You
Wow.
have to be willing to be a phenomenon. You have to be willing to be phenomenal, which means you will say and do things without knowing where they come from, and they will work. I'm not talking about having an extraordinary life, which is a life that has all ordinary stuff plus a little bit extra.
So
Yeah.
extraordinary is what? Please, I think I need the explanations because
Yeah.
I have to continuously. I'm sorry. This stuff is so amazing that probably we both are reading it together also for the fourth or the fifth time. But every time we read it, I think there's a different meaning to what phenomenons is. Yeah. Sorry, Manli. I'm so sorry, but I just had to pipe in.
Yeah. I'm not talking about having an extraordinary life, which is a life
हाँ आज पता नहीं क्यों मैं
ordinary
एक्चुअली शायद
stuff
ढंग से
and
सुबह
a
खा के नहीं
little
आया
bit.
या सिर्फ पपीता खा के आया।
Wow.
भूख बढ़ती जा रही है अभी
Ajay, can
और
you
मेरे यहाँ क्या बन जाता है 12
please?
बजे।
So where are you not being phenomenal with food and fruit and all different kinds of stuff to eat? What does that look like? Phenomenons with your body and food. We'll talk about that too in the later calls probably. All right, let's go on.
What I'm shooting for is phenomenal. It's beyond this reality. That's what we are going to talk about for the next 7 days. Phenomenons.
And for us, 15 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try to do in 15 days what Gary did in 7. Okay.
Yeah. You read now.
So phenomenons is where you move beyond the ordinary. Can you guys hear me all right? Because I'm also turning my face left when I'm reading. Yeah? All good? So phenomenons is where, yeah? All right. So phenomenons is where you move beyond the ordinary and the extraordinary, which is only a teeny bit of the extra of the ordinary. She's read it. Into that which does not create or compute in this reality. You become the creator when you are being the phenomenons. You become the phenomenons of a different possibility. So have you ever created anything beyond other people's reality? Have you? Yes, no, maybe. But you keep acting like you're ordinary. You guys are ordinary. You keep pretending that, right? You love it. Are you really good at doing ordinary? If you truly choose phenomenons, you will lose everything that is considered normal in this reality. Your normalcy will go away, and what you will have left is extreme potency. That is the choice you have. So are you ready to let your normalcy go away, guys? Because if you're not, then probably this is not the right thing for you. You can log off. Don't be here. We're not talking normal, okay? We're talking phenomenal, right? So to be phenomenons and to function as phenomenons, you must move outside of, yes, any guesses? Time. Move outside time.
Reality, yeah.
You must move outside of the dimensions and outside this reality. You create your life outside of those things because that's where you are, on the creative edge of blessed possibilities at all times. The most phenomenal thing happens when you are willing to step into phenomenons. Sometimes the things can show up in your life. You can do things you never thought were possible. Things begin to talk to you and tell you how to create. But you wouldn't want that, would you? All right. Okay. So you can do things you never thought were possible. Things begin to talk to you and tell you how to create. When you function from possibilities and you ask, what's really possible here? A whole new world is going to open up for you. The whole universe wants to contribute to you. The whole world wants to contribute to you. The world wants to give you everything you desire. But you don't ask. So what have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons that keeps you from being? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create?
Yes.
Right
Right along
on
with
that.
that.
Beyond. Thank you. So what have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons that keeps you from being? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And what have you made so vital about never, ever, ever possessing phenomenons? However much the world asks you,
Yes, please.
however much you know you can have it, that keeps you from totally being. And every way you're going into the definitions of what being is, will you please destroy non-creation? Right.
Yes.
Bad for online shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, Manleen. So why does Gary say possessing phenomenon? Somebody asks him that. So what is possessing phenomenons?
Possessing phenomenons is demanding that you will have total control and ownership over whatever it is. And you're not going to let anything show up except that.
Wow.
That's possession. Wow.
And we call it control, don't we?
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay.
What have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons that keeps you from being? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pocket and pot, online short, boys and beyond. What have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons that keeps you from being?
Yeah.
Everything that is times a godzillion, will you like to destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Wrong, good and bad, pocket and pot, online short, boys and beyond.
When
Phenomenon.
sorry, can you switch to another internet connection because your voice is actually cracking a little in between? Is it?
Mine.
Yeah. It's the words are being cut off. Or probably just if we can read a little slow. See, try say it one more time. Let's clear it one more time. And the phenomenons of technology also. Let's clear that.
Yeah.
Let's clear that.
What have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons
Yeah.
that keeps you from being?
Yeah.
Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Absolutely.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, online short, boys and beyond.
Right.
Phenomenon is the ability to create that which is so far beyond this reality that it is considered a phenomenon, a phenomenal thing, or something that is a phenomenon that doesn't match anybody else's reality.
So I need,
Dominance. I'm
yeah.
going to read.
One more time. No. You read again. I was just asking if I think we've gone over the definition and what, not really the definition, what phenomenons according to what Gary says is. And does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions, guys? Or we can.
I do have a question, Shweta.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Please ask.
So, what's the difference between being you and being phenomenon?
Oh,
I
you
mean, are
just
these
read
different
the
things
book.
or is it the same?
With being you and being phenomenons? Being you and being phenomenons?
Yes. Are they
The next
Yes,
thing
yes.
of the book is being you. You want us to read that? And if that doesn't clarify the question, then we can talk about it. Yeah? You're
Okay,
psychic.
sure.
You're not psychic at all. You're definitely not phenomenal, Puneet. Everything that brought up, will you destroy another?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad,
Yes.
boys and beyond. So that's the next topic on the book is being you. You want me to read, Manleen?
Yeah, sure.
So none of you have a bloody clue what being is. Do you have a clue what being is? You think being means I don't have to do anything. So truly being means you get to do everything you have never done. If you're truly being, you get to choose anything and everything. So what have you made so vital about never possessing phenomenons that keeps you from being? And if you were truly being you, would you do things that destroy your life or make your life harder and more difficult? You know what, guys? There's some background noise. Could I request you all to put yourselves on mute, please? Everyone who, I can't put a couple of people on mute, so if you put yourselves on mute, please. Thank you. Right, so if you were truly being you, says Gary, would you do things that destroy your life and make it harder and difficult? Would you do that? But then you keep choosing that for what reason? Like he says, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Like, are we crazy or what? We keep choosing things that are difficult for us. So if we were truly being ourselves, would we actually choose the things that were difficult, or would we choose the ease of creation, the phenomenance of creation, the phenomenance of being? And the potency, like he says in the previous line, one of the lines that he said, that if we were truly willing to be phenomenons and if we were choosing it, because you got to choose it. Okay, it doesn't happen to you. It's not that you don't have to do anything, but we tend to believe that if I'm being me, I don't have to do anything. Is that really true? So everywhere you believe that being you means something, there's a definition to being you, that you don't have to do anything, that it is blah and blah and blah, whatever it is, all the definitions that you put into place for what being is, will you destroy and uncreate all?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And he says, I'm just going to read again what he's written on page 11, the last paragraph is, if you truly choose phenomenons, you will lose everything that is considered normal. So is struggle and the difficulty and the hardship in life considered normal? Are you told that it you know, karna hi padta hai, hota hi hai? Like, so many times when, like, I call my mom to talk to her and she'll tell me, like, I just need you to listen, okay? And she'll be like, aise hi hota hai, beta, aise hi chalta hai. So how many of you were told, and no offense to your parents or the people who care for you, but then that's all they can handle, right? That's all they can take. And so you're told, कि ऐसे ही करना पड़ता है, ऐसे ही होता है. So what is that? How many of you have been told since kids कि ऐसे ही करना पड़ता है? And that is the normalcy of this reality. That is not out creation. That is not being beyond the extraordinary. And have you had moments when you thought of something, it just got created? There was no struggle, there was no difficulty, and you kept doing whatever needed to be done. It was not that you weren't doing anything, like you were lying on the bed and thinking it and fantasizing about it. Did it ever happen? All of you who fantasize. Okay, Manleen warned me, no sex talks on this call. Sorry. Like, does it ever happen, or does it remain a fantasy? Always just a fantasy. You got to get up and do it if you want it, right? Okay, that's it. No going there. Not right now. That's everything that, Rara. Will you destroy and uncreate all? And if you guys
Yes,
are laughing, please unmute yourself so we can hear you laugh. I love to hear laughter. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate all? All that came up with this conversation. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, online shows, boys and beyond. And by the way, one of the topics in this book down the line is the phenomenons of your sexual reality, but we're not talking about that now. So you can join in the series if you want to hear about that. Okay. All right. So where are we, Manleen? Please continue reading.
You on the second para, na?
Where
You finished being you?
I was just clearing. I think that there's a reminder there that the whole universe wants to contribute to you. The world wants to contribute to you. The world wants to give you everything you desire, but you don't ask. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about fantasizing that does not allow you to have the phenomenons of being you? I just cleared that part. Okay, everything that is really destroyed and create all. Right, wrong, good, bad, online shorts, boys and beyonds. All right. So the next topic is blessed possibilities.
Yeah.
Go, Manleen. Blessed
Is your can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah. Did you shift your connection or something?
No, I just wore my earplugs.
Way better.
Okay. Is the question still relevant? Do you need to ask?
No, your voice is
Who was
cracking. Is
asking?
it me? My connection is unstable. Okay.
About
No,
being
I'm
you.
good. I'm good, Manleen.
Okay, you're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. The blessed choice of possibility is the way the universe can contribute to you and create something you never knew was possible. You, as an infinite being, have infinite choice, infinite question, infinite possibilities, and infinite contribution. But you are rejecting the gift of possibilities. You, as an infinite being, have infinite choice, abilities, and infinite.
Oops.
possibility shows up for me, I say, wow, that's what it would. What else is possible? What else can I choose beyond this? And what else can I choose because of this? Blessed possibilities are being recognizing the blessings that choice is and the gift you are when you are in a question. When you are in a question and you choose something, you create multiple possibilities. So I'm reading it again. Blessed possibilities are about recognizing the blessing that choice is and the gift you are when you are in a question. When you are in a question and you choose something, you create multiple possibilities. ND. I'm pretty things are looking different. I think they will. Where am I rejecting possibilities?
So what does pretty cool
Go on.
with me? Do you want me to read this? I'm sorry,
Shweta?
I conked off in the middle. Can you guys hear me?
No, no. Yeah, it's slightly unstable, but yes.
Yes, we
Go,
can,
Gauri.
Shweta.
Right, sorry, I conked off. I just don't like the way the reality functions when we're trying to be phenomenons here. So don't try. Let's just be it, okay? So for this call, can we all just be phenomenons, whatever that looks like, without applying any meaning or definition to it, and see what that creates, right? Probably it might help our internet connection. Thank you very much. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we're talking about question, choice, possibilities, and contribution. And someone's asking Gary that I'm pretty cool with things looking different than I think they will. So where am I rejecting possibilities? And here's what Gary says. Pretty cool with. What does that mean? I kind of receive things looking different, or I reject them slightly. Instead, you got to ask, what possibility do I have here that I've never considered? Be in the question more. You like to come to conclusions and answers. You like to know that you are going to get it right. You like to know that something's going to work the way you want it to work. You have a tendency to decide what it is going to be instead of being in the question, what is the possibility here? That's the question you got to ask. This is the way most of you are screwing up your lives. You're looking for a conclusion rather than asking a question that would create a possibility you have never chosen or considered. The blessing of possibilities is the possibility of something you have never even considered. That's the blessing, guys. Choosing something that will open up possibilities for you that you've never even considered. And then choosing again and again and again. Okay, let's go on. Have you lived your life by your reality or somebody else's? When you live your life by somebody else's reality, nothing that does not match their reality can ever come into your awareness. So you don't have total choice. You've got to get to the place where you are willing to have total choice and total possibility with no point of view of how it shows up or what it looks like when it shows up. And you have to be willing not to be right ever again. Does that make sense, guys? He says that when you try to create something, what he started talking about is question, choice, possibility, and contribution, and a few questions here. Like, wow, that showed up different than I thought it would. What else is possible? What else can I choose that's beyond this? And what else can I choose because of this? Okay, this is one question that I've played with a lot. Because so many times when we try to create something the way we think it should look like, then we have already gone into definition. We've already gone into a judgment and in conclusion. So that's what he's saying, that when you, and at that point of time, please ask, am I creating this from my reality or someone else's reality? Because more often than not, you're functioning, you're creating from someone else's reality. Somebody you've idolized, somebody you think does it the right way, somebody who you grew up with. You don't know who it is, and you don't have to know who that is. What's important is to ask, is this my reality or is this someone else's? Am I trying to do this from someone else's reality? And then talk about that and move on, go back to question. And the question will create the choice. It will create the possibility that you haven't considered. But again, when that possibility shows up, mostly when it doesn't show up the way you think it should, please ask another question. Okay, now what else is possible because of this? Have you heard that story about the lemon trees and the orange trees? Manish, have you heard about that? What Gary talks about I think
No, I haven't, Shweta.
you haven't. I think
No.
Simone talks about it in her book. What's the book she's written? The Joy of Business, right? She talks about how we come to conclusion. So, like for example, someone planted orange trees. Okay, in an orchard, they planted orange trees because they thought they were going to make jam, and they set up the whole factory. They put up everything in place. The infrastructure was there. The staff was there. Like 5 years down the line or 4 years down the line, when the tree started flowering, they weren't oranges, they were lemons. Okay, so now there are a couple of options here other than the infinite possibility. They were like, oh my god, now what do we do? We're screwed. We planted oranges. We have the whole infrastructure for orange jam or marmalade. Now what do we do? Well, you can go ahead and make lime juice cocktail. You make lemon pickle. So what are the changes that I got? What questions could you ask here? So either you could go into judgment of what you chose, how you did it was the wrong thing to do, or you could say, all right, now what can show up because of this? And now what possibilities are available here? But more often than not, when it doesn't show up the way we think it should have, we go into the wrongness of ourselves. We start blaming things around us. We blame the situation. What if you asked a question instead? Okay, so what else is possible here? What is possible because I chose this? What else is possible because it's shown up like this? What else is possible beyond this? And then you start to receive the gift that the blessed possibilities is. Something that you never chose. Probably you never thought you would be a lemon cordial maker ever in your life, right? Well, what if it make you the king or queen of the lemon cordial world, whatever? You don't know what possibilities show up. So please start applying that in every area of your life. Everywhere you go into judgment of, damn, this didn't show up the way it did. Ask, is this a question or is this a conclusion? Right? Does that help?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's what he's saying. And there's a reminder again at the end of this paragraph that the blessing of possibilities is the possibility of something you have never even considered. Okay? So the next topic is possibility versus potential. Any questions, guys, before we move on to possibility versus potential? Anyone has any questions? Nope. Are we good? Do we go on to possibility versus potential? Do you want to know about this? Or are we done? Do you want to know about possibility and potential? Which one are you doing? Possibility or potential?
We are doing potential right now.
Potential.
Potential. What's your, but how many of you heard since you were kids? Iska potential kya hai? Career guidance kara lo. Let's see what the potential is. How many of you talked about possibilities even to your kids or to your loved ones? And how many of you were spoken to about possibility? So let's read, Manli.
Yeah. The greatest gift you have is the blessing of possibility. Blessed possibilities are never based on anything. They are about opening to the choice of new possibility and to the question of what can get created instead of the conclusion of what should be created. Potential is what you think is going to happen or what can happen based on something else happening.
Wow, that's potential.
Potential is what you think is going to happen or what can happen based on something else happening.
It's mostly what you think can happen, right? Think.
Yeah.
So
KS.
is it always a conclusion?
Always a conclusion. Is potential always a conclusion? Oh, you are. Yes, potential is always a conclusion. If you say this investment has great potential, you have already concluded what the potential is. You have decided it's great, but you have no idea what might be possible if you choose something even greater. Other things could occur that you haven't even considered. Say you invest in a stock. You think it's a gold mine, and it turns out that they sold the gold mine and have something else going on that will completely change the way cars are produced. The possibility of the technological aspect in car production is far greater than the potential of a gold mine.
Yeah, but who's going to believe that?
Yeah. When you tap into the energy of possibility, there's always something greater than potential can give you.
So somebody's asking him, you've talked about the energetics of limitation and how it is subtly impelled at us. and we make choices from that. What is the way to undo that? What is the way to undo the limitation that is impelled on us?
which is everything. Gary, you undo the energetics of limitation by looking at the possibilities, not the potential. Were you ever told that you were not living up to your potential?
Oh no, none of us were told that.
I was told that 8,000 times and I would get so pissed. What the hell does this mean? I could never figure out what that meant. I don't think that you are living up to your potential. I think that you're not choosing your possibilities. I live my life from what possibilities could I choose here that would create something greater than I have ever been able to create before? What is possible that I've never ever considered? What is possible that is so far beyond this reality that nobody else will be able to tap into it?
Wow. And
Wow.
everything that does not allow us to know, be, perceive, and receive the question,
Yeah.
everything that does not allow us to tap into the possibility. Let's destroy and create all that. I'm the Godzilla.
Yes.
I from good, bad, pot, pop, online shows, boys and beyond. Right. So, Lena,
What?
it's so interesting. I've been told that a million, zillion, I don't know. There's not an M, there's not a Z. Lena, there's only an illion times how much potential I have. So, what is that? Times. And how many lifetimes have you had where you were told that you're no good, you don't have potential, you can't do this, you can't do that, that's not the way to function. So, how many of you were told that? And what does it do to your world? That's an interesting thing that I was hearing somebody talk about, that how limitations are projected on us. If you start looking at in your lives, when people subtly tell you, tum chhod do, tum nahi kar sakte, or this is not something you can do, or this doesn't work, it's just a subtle remark that is made in passing. But how does it affect you if you believe it to be true, if you're not an interesting point of view with it? Does it affect you? Somebody just saying that, you know what, just like for your body, eating this or that might make you fat. If you don't exercise these many days, you know what, this is going to happen. There are all sorts of gurus in the world. There are all sorts of media exposure. Stuff being impelled at you via Facebook, via your emails, via you have your eyes glued to your screen, like to the phone. I'm sure we all do that, because every time I'm at the airport, like 98% of the people have their eyes down, glued. And maybe I'm one of them. I'm a culprit too. Sometimes I'm doing that too. But those are all things that are subtly being impelled at you. And if you're not in question, then you just kind of go into believing all of that to be true. And what does that create in your world? So instead of that, what if you ask these questions? What possibility could I choose here that would create something greater than I've ever been able to create before? What is possible that I've never even considered? Because that is the phenomenon, something that you haven't considered. Your mind is only going to tell you what it knows. But the blessed possibilities, remember, the gift of what you haven't even considered could be possible in your life. So how many of you have fixed points of views about what could show up, what you could do, what you could not do? And how much of that was subtly impelled at you? Slowly, like, slow poison, slowly being fed. You're not good, you're not good. That's also gaslighting, by the way. But again, we're not talking about gaslighting here. But it's that slow poison that keeps, just feeding into your lives. And slowly you start believing it to be true. So please, guys, stop doing that, talk and pot it, and ask these questions. Get the book, look at the questions, run the clearings, join us, and clear it away, and then ask again more questions. Okay, so let's go on. Choosing for the possibility. Yeah.
PR. So you go for seeing the possibilities.
So Gary says it is not about not seeing the possibility. It is choosing for the possibility. Choose it, even though you have no idea what it looks like. The possibilities are based on the energy you can perceive, not on the vision you can receive. When you look for, in italics, look for what the possibility is going to be, you are looking for the potential, not the possibility. Okay?
Wow.
You keep trying to see what the vision is going to look like. You have spent your entire life trying to strain your vision, probably that's why we have glasses, into something that would create strain it. The possibility is not a straining of the vision, it's an awareness throughout your entire body. It's like that quick knowing, yes, this is what it is. Right? So, what somebody asks him, what would it take for me to be aware of the invisible possibilities? Nalini, you want to read on?
Yeah, Gary, are they actually invisible or are they just not chosen? You think they are invisible because you will not perceive them as possibilities.
Wow.
You are always willing to look at the potential, aren't you?
Does that make sense
That
then?
goes for none of us.
Yeah, does it make sense to
I'm
you?
going to read it again. Yeah.
Please.
You are always willing to look at the potential, aren't you? Okay. You think they are invisible because you will not perceive them as possibilities. You will not perceive them as possibilities. You're always willing to look at the potential, aren't you? LM. Yeah. Gary, you've got to go beyond looking at the potential and ask, what are the possibilities that I have never even considered?
Yeah.
What are the possibilities that I have never even considered? The possibility is not a straining of vision, it's an awareness throughout your entire body.
Right? Does this help, guys? So, what if today you played with the question of what are the possibilities that I haven't even considered yet? Something that you haven't thought could exist in your world, something that you decided you couldn't have. So, what if? Would you like some home play before we go on to the
Yes,
So, what if you
yes,
ask
please.
asking this question?
Puneet is like a good student.
Yes, Puneet is an awesome student. She'll always do her homework. So this is not work, guys. This is just play. Whether you want to jot it, whether you want to just keep asking that question over and over again in your world, just with everything you come across today. Everything. What are the possibilities here that I haven't even considered? Okay, what are the possibilities here that I haven't even considered? What are the possibilities here that I haven't even considered? And we just want to type it out here. No, you guys can type it out. Somebody please type it out for me because then it just takes me out of talking. So what are the possibilities here that I haven't even considered? I could ask for help. I could ask one of you to type it out. Somebody else could do it, or we could not do it at all. See, just showed up like that just by asking the question. So instead of going into the wrongness of anything, anytime today you go into the wrongness of yourself, of the situation, of people. Thank you, Manleen. What are the possibilities here that, thank you, Ravia. See, that's how possibilities are showing up. People will just start contributing to you because everybody wants to contribute to you. The universe wants to contribute to you, but you got to ask. Okay, remember that. So the home play is look at these. If you want to look at different areas in your life, let's say money or body or just your life, all of your life. So what are the interesting ways you can use this question in, and what possibilities could show up now? Right? Yeah, totally. I'm not allowed to say that word on this call, Lena. All right. So everywhere you guys have been functioning from what you're allowed to do, not allowed to do, rather than again ask a question. If I said this out loud, what would that create? If I didn't say this out loud, what would that create? Okay. And what are the possibilities here that I haven't even considered yet? So start looking at what could show up. So look at 10 different ways and impossible ways, something that you haven't thought of. Ask for something impossible today, 10 things, 10 impossible things today with anything. And guess what? I'm going to be creating a little challenge on a post, at least a post. If you guys are interested, we could have this because we're going to be posting every day the topics that we're going to be doing. In case you want to choose solo topics, that's also an option. If you want to choose the whole series, that's an option. But what if we could do that and on the Showing Up group on our Facebook, and let's see what are the interesting ways that you could ask this question and what shows up for you when you ask what are the possibilities here that you haven't even considered. Right? Cool. So any other questions, any comments, any suggestions of what else is possible here that Manlina and I haven't yet considered? Anything that's coming up for you guys that you would like to play with in the coming 15 days? Let us know. Rabia, love to hear you. And love to see your lovely face too, darling. Where are you? There you are.
None of the faces are there. Everyone's like, yes, hi. Unmute
One
yourself.
second, you're not unmuted.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes, go on.
How can I not see you? Where are you? Yeah, there you are.
Here, right here.
So I have an interesting comment. You guys are really intense.
We are.
Okay.
And what else is possible with that?
Because when you like started off, it was like, we are kicking in directly to the sixth gear. There's no first, there's no second. Let's just go. And I was like, oh my God, this is so intense and so challenging to be present. And I was like, okay. So
What are the possibilities that you haven't even considered yet?
yeah, it gave me a lot of awareness of, when we start talking about possibilities instead of potential and calculations of what is possible and what's not possible. It is such expanded space. It was like, oh my God, this is too intense. They're going too fast. There's just too much energy flowing towards me. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? But thank you so much. This call has been such a contribution. Thank
Thank
you.
you for being here, Rabia. Such a contribution to have you on. Rabia herself is a certified facilitator, and I'm not allowed to say that word. So that word and brilliant.
Thank you.
All right. So what else is possible here that we haven't considered yet? Thank you for that, Rabia. All right. So anything else anyone else wants to add to this? Or we can go to phenomenons of money, because I'm like kind of craving to go to that topic. None of you wants to talk about money, do you? And yes, she's right. This is intense because this is from a 7-day event, guys. What part of that do you not get? This is fucking brilliant. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the word, okay? It is. It is brilliant because every time, like I was saying, even Manleen and I have gone over it 3 times in this topic of phenomenons on different. The first time it didn't get recorded. The second time we did it for ourselves. The third time is today. And every time we're reading it, Manleen, am I correct? It's showing up a different awareness for like the layers of the onion keep unpeeling and unpeeling and unpeeling. And there's so much underneath that. There's so much possible that we haven't considered yet. And I was like, okay, I've never done a book read before, and I don't know what a book read is going to look like, but let's have fun with it. So what else is possible here that is that we haven't considered yet? Right? So what are the things that you consider boring, you consider you won't do, you don't like, that does not allow the phenomenons to show up in your world? All right. So with that, I leave you as a wedgie, and we go on to the phenomenons of money. Let's have it, Manleen.
PR, you and Dane talk about how money is a tool for creating something greater. Can you talk about that in terms of phenomenons?
Okay, so PR, when she says PR, these are the names of the people who are asking the questions in class. Their names have been changed to initials in case you don't have the book. So that's why somebody's asking him a question. And here's what Gary says. The phenomenons of money is the recognition that money can be used to create a different reality without having the sense that anyone else needs to understand, see, or follow what you're doing.
DT, at first, I thought the phenomenons of money meant an amount of money that you have, but it's not that. It is a possibility that the money can create and generate.
Yes, it's the possibility of what money can create and generate. Once when I was in LA, this is Gary talking, I went out to lunch. Somebody handed me $4,000. I put it in my pocket and didn't realize until after we left that the money had fallen out on the couch where we were sitting. I called the restaurant and they said, yes, we found some money on the couch. How much was it? We want to make sure it's the same amount. ND went to pick it up. I said, give $400 to the woman who found the money. It was 10% of the amount as a thank you. The woman was totally blown away when ND gave it to her.
RR, I would also do that. I don't get that it's phenomenal.
Many years ago, Gary says, many years ago, I found $2,000 that someone had lost, and the guy gave me $20 for returning it to him. I said, you know what? That's not acknowledging the fact that someone was honest. That's not gifting something that makes it worthwhile for someone to choose to be that honest. Most people expect you to return their stuff because it is due them and because it is theirs or because of some other thing. I was willing to give the woman $400. The phenomenon of money is the recognition of how money can change things. Most people use money to create a result for themselves. They do a business in order to make profit. They don't use money as a way of creating a different reality. So the phenomenon of money, guys, is about the recognition that money can be used to create a different reality. Does that help?
Yeah.
Guys, does that help?
Yes.
Yeah. So how many of you? I think that's. Would you like to read on a little more, because the next topic is more about money, which probably we can take up in the next call, which is tomorrow, same time. What he's talking about is getting to acknowledge the fact that money, what if the purpose of money is just to create a different reality? But again, when we get into the mind game, when we get into only potential part of it, what is the potential of money? We just go into what is the potential of money? We don't ask what is the possibility with this money that this money can create. So how many of you have asked this question? Okay, I have this money. Immediately we go to, oh, this is going here, this is going for the bills, this is going for my next thing, this is going for my clothes, this is going for the children's fees. And this is probably also, if you're doing your 10% accounts, which is also an access tool, take away 10% of everything you have and keep it aside as honoring of you. I've gone through, and now again you've gone into, oh my God, I don't have any money. Right? But we don't ask, okay, what is the possibility here? There's no gratitude. There is no asking for possibility. We don't even look at, okay, will this money change this person's world? And this is a question I love to ask when I'm at a restaurant or I'm doing something where, that thing is already paid for, but you're probably availing of the service later. And you say, oh, I've already paid for it. But what if you asked, okay, would giving this person a tip, or would contributing to him in the form of a tip or some extra money, would that contribute to greater in this person's reality? What would that change? Like when he talks about giving this woman $400 out of the $4,000 that belonged to Gary, somebody found it and returned it. She could have kept it, right? Did you get the story that he was sharing? Did you guys understand it, or do you want me to give it to you in a nutshell, what he was talking about?
We did. We got it, Shweta.
Did, right? So what is the next time, instead of wondering whether you should tip someone or not, whether you should give that extra money, instead of looking at, oh my God, like the new thing is, I've seen a lot of people do it, and I mean, some close friends and people also do it, looking at the bill and saying, oh, these people are already charging service tax. So why should I tip the guy who is serving me? Or why should I give extra money to the management? Or why should I, It's more that energy of, oh, this is my money, why should I? And giving that money a purpose, or trying to get the equation right. It's not fair. So what if you asked, okay, what possibility is this going to create if I gifted this money to this person? What amount could I give to this person that could change their reality? And what if money was not significant? What if it didn't have a purpose? Would that be the phenomenon of money? Or would our calculating, using the potential with money, limiting it, what would create greater for you too? So would you like to play with that question as well today when you ask what else is possible with money that I haven't considered yet? Would you like to play with that? That seems like a more fun exercise, doesn't it? So everything this conversation brought up for you guys, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, online shows, boys and beyonds. And there's a process here which we can wind up this call with, which is, what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenons of money that keeps you from creating beyond this reality? So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, online shorts, boys and beyond. So what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenons of money that keeps you from creating beyond this reality? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate all?
Yes, please.
Right, good, bad, pot, poc, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenons of money that keeps you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate all?
Yes, please.
Bad, pot, poc, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Because guys, it's really easy to have the phenomenons of money, easier than not having it. Okay? So yeah, I'm done. What else? Manleen, what would you like to add to this?
Yes, guys, come play with us.
No,
I hope you
don't.
guys enjoy.
Because you just might become phenomenal. Don't come.
As
Don't
and
do
when
this
we are
anyway.
reading, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, what?
I said, as and when I'm reading it again, it's like just every line seems that it needs to be cleared non-stop. So, yeah,
Yeah.
what can we create with this?
So what if you got the book, guys? All of those who have the book, great. You can actually read along if you want to join us on any of the calls when you read along. Like if you're on the series and you want to read along one day, you could be part of the read along too. You're most welcome to. In fact, you're invited to do that. What else is possible with being seen on camera that you haven't considered yet? That is a possibility too. And yeah, what if you could have the book probably went to someone who was asking for it, Rabia, with the generosity of spirit you be. Yeah, and another one of the topics is, so Praleen, would you like to just read out the topics that we have on the book, on
Yeah.
the contents that...
Guys, everyone on the call, do you guys have the book or what is it right now? Ordered, have?
Yeah, what if you
Okay.
just placed an order? It's available on the Access Consciousness
Yeah.
website. It's available on Amazon.in.
Amazon.
And it might also be available with some facilitators in the city that you're in. You could just reach out to them and ask if they have bought some books and kept for sale. You could just probably, oh yeah, thank you, Rabia. It's on Amazon Prime and you can have it in 24 hours. What a
Wow.
confusion. Thank you. So you can just
Thank you, Rabia.
send for it right away. You can even purchase the Kindle version of it. I'm sure there's a Kindle version of it too. So there are infinite possibilities. Or you could borrow from a friend and probably order 2 copies, give them one, ask them to be part of this fall series too. Oh my God, there are infinite possibilities.
Yeah. So the topics that we are going to cover are phenomenons of generosity of spirit.
The money we're going to do also tomorrow, right? More of money tomorrow.
Okay, the phenomenons of money.
Yeah.
The phenomenons of generosity of spirit.
Yeah.
Happiness. Lies, judgment and limitations. Saving people.
Oh yeah, saving people. How many of you like to save other people? I'm responsible for this person and that person. If I'm not there, they won't be able to do this. Wow, awesome. How many of you like to save people? Cool.
Moving beyond belief into phenomenons, rejection and receiving.
Wow.
The phenomenons of reality, the phenomenons of
your reality, your reality.
Yeah. The phenomenons of your reality, the phenomenons of creation, being and doing.
That's another topic, being and doing. Oh, body too.
You and your body. The phenomenons of your sexual reality.
Oh, I'm looking forward
to it. I would like to jump to straight away.
Yes.
The creative edge of possibility. The phenomenons of magic, change and choice.
Oh, magic.
The phenomenons of consciousness.
Awesome. So these are
guys,
all the fun topics. Money, sex, body. Creative reality. Creation. Maybe we could insert a little business there too, if you like, because we're going to be having these last 15-20 minutes of the call to be clearing away anything else that shows up for you today. And we read it at a comfortable pace. Like today, I think it was really great. We're going to be doing about 20 to 25 pages every day. We'll be targeting 25, but we're not going to rush it. So plus, we're going to be having a WhatsApp group on which Manleen and I will be recording little processes every day, audio processes, short ones, so that you can have the questions handy. You don't have to listen to the whole call all over again. Plus, if you're not able to attend the call live, you will have the recording right away on your emails, or mostly on the emails, yes, because you're going to be having your emails. So if you're signing up for it, sign up right away. And you're getting an awesome deal, guys. Right now, it's at a very, very phenomenally measly price. Because we would like to invite you to possibility. We might just hike up the price 3 days later in case you decide to join in then. So you might end up paying probably double of what you're paying right now. So choose it. And need I say more?
And home play. Yeah, and home play for Puneet especially. And whoever's willing to play.
Thank you.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have a few home plays, and we're also going to be, like I said, putting up on the showing up group. We'll be putting up daily topics in case you want to choose independent calls. Like supposing you want to do only sexual reality, that's fine too. you can let go of the money. You can just have the sexual reality. You can just have the part where we're talking about the phenomena of magic. So we're going to be putting up the topics there every day, the ones that we've been covering. So just keep a lookout on the Facebook group called Showing Up As You. That's a group that I have on with all the details of the upcoming classes. And well, I think, yes, we're done. Yeah, unless you guys have any other questions.
Anyone, guys? Are we good?
Are we good? Are we phenomenal?
You can unmute yourself now.
Yes, please unmute yourself. We're ready to receive the background noises too now. So that's okay.
Thank you so much, Shweta. I mean, I've read this book a couple of times, but even like last time also I said, I mean, with you, it's like really different and it's much
Awesome.
more.
Awesome. Thank you, Sita. Thank you for being the contribution that you are. You're phenomenal yourself. So what if you guys started? Okay, another home play for you. So if somebody can just please type out the home play, I'll be grateful. Otherwise, just listen to the call again and you'll have it. What is phenomenal about me that I haven't acknowledged yet? Okay. And I'm going to be putting up a poster there, like, so that you guys remember when this. So if you're subscribed on my newsletter, this call is going to come to you, as well as I'm going to be putting it up on the Facebook groups too. And the home play is going to be there, which is what is phenomenal about me that I haven't considered and acknowledged yet. And please write down at least 3 to 5 things every day, if not 10. Every day. What is phenomenal about me that I haven't acknowledged? And when that skill shows up, when that ability shows up, please acknowledge it, receive it. And then again ask, okay, what else is possible with this capacity that I haven't considered yet? All right? So play with that, guys. And Lean, is there anything else you would like to add to this?
You'll be good. Thank you, guys.
Right. So I don't think anyone else has any questions. Let's sign off then. And all of those who are choosing this, we'll see you tomorrow at 12 again. Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Do you have a question, Puneet? You wanted to say something?
No, I'm good. I just said thank you and
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.